Within the media department, that we have three key teachers. It's myself, Baron Crossland. I teach on IT and in the creative media. We've got Gareth, Tully, and Ian Bennett, which have been at Wilberforce for quite some time, and they've had some excellent results. They're going to take you through the level 3 creative digital media production syllabus and discuss some of the units and how that all works.
Okay, so I'll start if you want, Gareth.
Yeah, no problem.
This is basically year 1 of the Creative Digital Media course. Now, it's broken down obviously into 2 years. We won't be talking about the second year today because we want to keep it fairly simple. We don't want to overwhelm you with year 2. We can discuss that in September. But the way it works is you're given a project. That project might last 13, 14 weeks, depending on how many units are in the project. Now, for the first project, there's likely to be 2 units in it, so that would be around the 12-week mark. And what you would do is you would work through all the individual parts of the unit to complete the project. So an example would be to create a short zombie film. So that would be the single camera drama unit and the pre-production unit. So you would be expected to create all the paperwork for that production. So you would write the script, you would write the treatment, you would do the shooting schedule, you would do the location survey, you would do all this pre-production work, which would get you the grade for that unit, pre-production, and then you would go into production. So then you would go out as a little team, a little crew, and you would shoot the production. So one of you would act as the camera operator, one of you would act as the sound person, and one of you would act as the editor, and then you get together, you create that production, and then you get marked on the single camera drama unit or the factual production unit. So that's sort of how it works in terms of, obviously these are different projects. So you do a documentary project, you do an audio Foley project, so you're basically creating the sound design for a film clip. You do a corporate video film, so you go out and you shoot a video for the college, so you'll be interviewing students, a promotional film. Now, Gareth will probably talk you through some of the units he's doing as well, so I'll hand over to Gareth.
Okay, yeah, hi there. The Vault project is a script-based assignment, and you get to write a 30-page script. And we usually encourage you to choose something that's got really a lot of visual iconography, like the sci-fi genre. So you could do something that's based around a Black Mirror kind of vibe. And it sounds daunting at first, but we use industry standard software called Celtex. And if you wanted a little practice with that before you come and join us in September, you can go to celtex.com and download the free version of it, and that will give you a little insight on how to create that script writing project. And as Ian says, the sound design and the documentaries are really interesting because it allows you to explore how you can create meaning for audiences using certain technological endeavors in terms of video editing and sound design. So if you were to watch a documentary without sound, I know that sounds a bit weird, but you'd be wondering what it was about. And it's not just the dialogue of the people talking within the documentary, it'd be the soundscape generated to create the kind of mood and feel throughout each project that you do. And this can apply to any of those projects we've just discussed. So we can move on.
So basically, you know, like Gareth was saying, you get given a brief. So a bit like in the media industry, you might be given a brief to create an advert for an anti-smoking campaign or something like that. So we try and create the briefs which are sort of industry standard. They're very similar to what someone in the TV industry would be given. So you're given a brief, whether that's to go and shoot the first 5 minutes to a zombie film, whether that's to create a 35-minute TV script, and then you go and create it like Gareth said. So it's pretty straightforward really, and the structure of the diploma is here. You can see basically it's a practical course. I mean, there's no getting around that. It's very practical. You'll learn how to use a camera, you'll learn how to use an edit suite, sound, but obviously there is quite a big paperwork element to it. So it's basically broken down into 3 parts. A lot of the projects, you've got pre-production, you've got production, which is the filming, and then you've got the post-production, which is the editing. but then you've also got to do research and you've got to write essays. So there's really a lot to the course. It's not easy by any means, but you will get a lot out of it because it really will push you. It's hard work. Okay, I'll take the first one if you want, Gareth. So this is basically, this is Joe West, and Joe did the BTEC level 3 course with us about 4 years ago now, and now Joe's working in the actual film industry. He moved to London, and he's a bit of a visual effects artist, really. So he works on the computer graphics, which every film's got nowadays. I know if you're one of the Marvel fans, you know every shot probably has a visual effect in it, and that's what he does. And it's actually part of the same team that won an Oscar for the work on Interstellar. So he's actually worked on an Oscar-winning film, and it's amazing, really. He's a real achievement. So if we can move on to the next one, Gareth will tell you about the next.
And Kai Gadd, yes, did the level 3 production course, and he went on to study at Lincoln University, specialising in visual effects. He then went on to study a master's at Bournemouth, and he works as a prep and roto artist on Cine Site. He's worked on a multitude of films focusing on visual effects, Hansel and Gretel, Spectre, James Bond, and of course the fantastic film Gravity. So this course really gives you a good foundation to actually go out there and get a job in the industry.